It's rare to find just about any media on the Crimean War, much less the Battle of Sevastopol. This battle, of course, was one of the first with trench warfare, amphibious assaults, naval blockades, and, of course, an Anglo-French force, as well as other countries, attacking the entire Russian nation. The siege of Sevastopol, of course, is a huge part of the Crimean War, and I hope to take a look at it in this particular battle. I have to say, of all the battles I've done on the Agrippa Maxentius channel, this may be the damn longest and largest one we've ever had. So please, like, comment, subscribe, and check out our other videos if you haven't already. Thank you. Well, here we are, guys. Time to hold the defensive line at Sevastopol. We've taken all of the cannons under our control, save for this one here. And of course, we are just awaiting the enemy approach. We've got Cossacks, Turkmens, and of course, standard Russian infantry defending the location. I'm hoping it's going to be sufficient. Although I do believe that the enemy is probably going to be firing consistently. Look at that, and trying to utterly obliterate us. In fact, look at that. They already took out one of the cannons, man, just with the first shot. We're going to have to reposition those troops, and all they have are, I believe, pistols. So let's put them maybe somewhere over here. The frontal line of defense. Over here, we can bring in additional men, as you can see. Ship artillery in a small area. Nice. That's going to work out quite well. And of course, just standard riflemen, militia, all that good stuff. I think we're going to bring in some riflemen of the Moscow Regiment. These guys are, of course, specially trained troops. And I'm going to just go ahead and put them at this frontal line. As you can see, man, we are getting bombarded consistently. Bloody rats are fleeing from positions. Are you unable to keep your people under control? Return them. Otherwise, we will not stand the fight. And that's true that we've seen them running and retreating throughout the whole battle. Look at this. So let's start bringing them forward. And in fact, we might still be able to get a few of them on those frontal guns. I think we can. They are not happy to be heading that way, though. Going to get a few more of them over there. And I'm just going to have these guys kind of stand guard. Not sure who's going to hit us first. We're going to have to wait and see. And if you guys want any more battles from this particular time period in this particular war, the good old Crimean War, let me know in the comments below. I think this is probably, and perhaps with reason, the least covered of all of the wars. It's just one of those kind of, what can you do with it kind of wars, I guess you could say. By the way, I just now realized some officers, they could come in handy. What about over here? Yeah, let's put them over right in the middle. I should have actually sent a few more over here into the middle. Where is our other regiment that just arrived? Oh. No, these guys are... Oh, there we go. So there's our Moscow regiment. And I'd like to put that in the gapped position right over here. So let's bring them and put them in the gap. If we can fit them there, I think they'll go quite well. At this point, I'm just going to await the arrival of the enemy, and we will return to the fight, where we have a lot awaiting us here. Make sure that the Moscow regiment is moving, and quickly, it's time to defend our lands. Looks like we're starting to spot some enemies, guys. Artillery is beginning to fire, and they are approaching en masse. Look at that. We've got the English approaching on our right flank. And, of course, our men are returning fire as quickly as they can. Easier said than done, though, with so many English approaching over there, and I'm sure they're going to do a mass attack all along the front. It's just going to make things more and more difficult the closer they get. In fact, I'm going to take a couple of the men here and just get just a bit closer. Give them hell, boys. Oh, there's that artillery, man. And it looks like missile artillery. I mean, the Crimean War was the start of a lot of new forms of warfare, that's for sure, and a whole lot of casualties. I really want to get somebody in there, don't you? So let's maybe bring in some more line infantry. And I'm going to bring the line infantry right over here to fill in that gap. But look at that. Additional British forces to our northwest here. And let's just get a close-up view of what we're dealing with. Our artillery is helping out tremendously there. As you can see, making massive gaps amongst the line. I love seeing that. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's get this guy over here so we can actually get some decent shots off. How are the rest of them doing? Could be better, but could be much worse as well. And it looks like the Brits are taking a hell of a whooping so far, but they are approaching, man. Look at that. Just constantly approaching. That's why I desperately want to get that line infantry in there. It's good to see that our artillery is firing, but is it firing quickly enough? Look at that. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on. They're overrunning us. We've got to get the infantry in there. Let's do it. The Cossacks are going to have to hold the line right there. And I'm going to try to get the infantry right over here. We're going to get as few of them over here to provide some flanking fire on the Brits. Got some grenades. They're not giving up easily. And I know this is not an artilleryman, but you know what? He's going to have to do the job. Let's grab one of these over here to assist with that gun. Or maybe just a one-man job. Fair enough. Take a look. How are these boys doing? Not too shabby. I'm going to bring one of them over here. I want to take a look at the other trenches of ours. So go over here. Our Cossacks have held strong right there in the middle. Over here too. Right side. All along the line, we are holding strong. It's that left side that's really beginning to falter. And we've got to watch the center too. The center over here could easily falter as well. And a lot of Brits there on the edge. So what I'm going to do, we've got our Grenadiers. I think it's time to bring in our Grenadiers. They're quite expensive. So are the Marine Corps. You know what? Let's pay a little extra and get the Marines in here. I think it's time. Take a look here from the British perspective if they're looking up the hill. I actually feel pretty safe here on this left flank. Oh, consistent naval artillery from the Brits here on Sevastopol. Wouldn't this make such a fantastic war movie? Just fantastic. Okay, there we go. I knew we had additional troops. And I'm going to bring them right there to the middle. In fact, if we wanted... Yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring them right there to the frontal trench. Not too shabby. And these are our additional Marines. Just now arriving. Let's bring them up, guys. Look at that, man. Enemy is sending in artillery, cavalry, massive cavalry charge here with our men just arriving. Look at those cuirassiers. Get them, boys, get them. The Cossacks back here got them. Good work by the Don Cossacks. The men do not seem to be going too happily to the front line. I can't say I blame them. This is a rough fight. We're going to send those guys there. These guys will take up positions up here on top. Unfortunately, the cannons are out of commission. Look at that. I actually want to save this. Like, just love to save that. You can see I don't really put much into my save names. Just kind of smash the keyboard and that's it for now. Let's see if we have any others over here in the corners. We do. A few more. And I'm going to bring them up here to the front as well. In fact, we could set them up right about there, and I think they'll do quite well. Let's take a look at the rest of the front line. Oh boy, that right side. We've got to do something about that, don't we? Line infantry. Gonna bring them over here. In fact, I'm going to reassign some of these troops. Just set them up right there. The enemy, unfortunately, is right on top of the cannons. I'm gonna have to set them up like this. They landed in our rear. Fight off the attack, otherwise they will divide the line of defense into two parts and take us in a vice. Yes, indeed. We need to stop the attacking Marine infantry. Let's hope we can. And I think we also still are going to be able to take over this artillery piece. The men are going to reload first. But let's take a look here. Is that going to be over here? Don't see it so far. We'll have to find out. Ah, perhaps right there. Yep, I'm seeing it. So we'll send some men over there. We'll, of course, going to need more than that. Yep, look at that. Our current infantry spotted them before we did. And I know this is not the best defensive position, but it's better than nothing. I'm even going to bring in militia. That's how desperately we need to fill that gap. Don't let them advance. Got plenty of troops here. Come on. Oh, they killed those poor horses. Some men in there, and I'm thinking we're gonna have to take this trench position. I know it's not the best. Ugh, really not the best. Gonna have to do, though. Here we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Flanking shots on the enemy. Reload faster, boys. And actually, there is our militia. Beautiful. Unfortunately, they're very quickly going to deal a death blow to a lot of the units here. And I'm not really sure what's going on in the rest of the line while this is happening. Don't really have time to focus there too much. Set up. Anything to stop the advance. And we're going to bring in the ship's artillery right there. Nice. Oh, it also targeted our own infantry there. Now they tell us the attack can damage our own men. Of course it can. I'm going to try to get another group over here. There we go. Massive naval bombardment. In fact, it would have been nice to even get it a little farther up here. Let's take a look at that right flank. So far, we're holding it incredibly, guys. I think they're really putting all of their effort into this rear attack. Shooting. Oh! Kind of want to move right in and let him have it at this point. Let's do it. Slava! And at that point, in fact, at this point, we're immediately going to rush the area and take up another defensive position. Oh my goodness! Goodness gracious. Don't lose your head. All right, let's see over here. Look at that. Got a big problem on the right side. Maybe it's time to bring in some additional units. It's a shame we can only bring in militia right now. Let's take a look at the left-hand side over here. Incredibly, it's holding fairly well. I'm going to take a little chunk of these units, and I'm going to try to move them over here into this trench where the Cossacks are. I really want to bring better units than just standard militia, you know, so I'm going to wait a little bit. And in fact, we can probably take some of the units we have here, although we kind of need them to hold the flank, and push them over here to assist with the defense. There we go, some line infantry. I'll take that. And once the line infantry are into place, we will deal with these Brits and hopefully retake that cannon. Good shot. Gotta say, I love the realistic reload time on this mod. Just the having to prime every musket before attacking, before firing. Let's see how things are going here. I still see some Brits trying to land in the rear, but I think we've got them held down pretty well. Look at that. We do have a few troops that have faltered from the battlefield. Bring them back. Additional troops approaching, guys. Look at that, man. It never ends. And in fact, I'm going to have to divert some of these units over here just to deal with the advancing infantry. Once again, we've got one of those naval bombardments. We could use it up, but is it wise to do so right now? Look at that, man. I mean, they are heavily under fire, that's for sure. But getting additional units over here, even militia units, would be helpful, so that's what I'm going to do. Sending in a group of militia just to take this area, and we'll line up, we'll stack up behind the line here, and hopefully that will offer us a significant amount of defense. You know, it's going to take a while, though, for the units to get here. It's just a few of them. Apparently their troops are regrouping in a camp. A short respite will not hurt us. Try to clean up what's there, get strength, and soon they will be back into the attack. Do not stick out our heads. Their artillery will work on us for a long time. I can imagine, my goodness. I can definitely imagine. They are not giving up, man. Whew. See if we can do anything to assist our current artillery positions. I don't think so. Very soon, we can call in another artillery strike, but I'm not sure it's necessary yet. We've got to wait for the perfect moment to use it. In the meantime, any of these stragglers, I'm going to put behind this line of defense. I feel like this has been probably one of the most effective ones. Again, initially, that area was the one that was getting attacked the most. Now, not so much. See if we have any other troops we're missing. No, I don't think we do. We can get one of our Cossacks right there on the front line. Look at that. Marines are broken. Now we can concentrate forces on the main direction. Wow. We've split the attacking Marine infantry. I don't think the battle's over yet, but it's a start. And again, a lot of these artillery pieces are out of commission. They're preparing to attack again. Keep on the defense. It's all we can do right now. Ooh, oh, man. Yeah, we're going to have to bring in some reinforcements. Let's bring in the Moscow Line Infantry. I feel like this artillery piece hasn't really done much. Just see where their largest concentration of troops is going to be. And that's where we're going to launch any strikes. Well, I'm not seeing any. I think we've entirely crushed that naval attack. So I'm kind of tempted to grab these troops and bring them to the front line, but that could be a mistake. I'm going to take a nice big chunk of them and send them right to the front. And for the rest, right into the trench. We're going to take a look at just our standard trench line. It would be good to get additional troops on that left flank, but I think we're strong. I think we're good so far. We're not faltering, at least not yet. Hurrah! Look at that. Oh, we've got plenty of Brits arriving. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Maybe we should have brought some reinforcements. I'm going to bring in some additional Moscow infantry up here, and they are making the charge. Look at that, guys. They are charging right in. Again, we've got this fantastic position right here. When I actually bring some reinforcements there, I know they're arriving very soon. Oh, they are getting in there with our bayonets. Get them, boys. And these are our Cossacks. They shouldn't be having this much trouble dealing with the enemy. There we go. Man, they really broke through there on the Cossack line. And let's grab these guys. Nice big chunk of them. We need to put them right there in the middle. Boom. Same with these guys. Right to the middle. And I'm actually going to call in some artillery bombardment right there. Don't know how long it's going to take to arrive, but hopefully it arrives in time. Looks like the right side we're doing just fine. I'm going to bring in some additional line infantry. Can never have too much. There we go. There's the naval artillery. Yep, we've got some additional troops, including just standard line infantry here. Let's take a look at the front. Where do we really need reinforcements? Probably right there, where the Cossacks were before. And I'm going to probably need to bring some additional reinforcements up here to the top. So let's grab these men. If I didn't know any better, I would think this battle is already won in our favor, but so much can happen. We all know that. So much can happen at this point. What about the right side there? Looking just fine. You know what? We'd never put some guys in that building. Let's do it. Let's get some guys into that building. Some sharpshooters. Ooh, heavy fire coming in, man. And that's at range. They must have their own sharpshooters there, trying to pick us off. Just kind of restructuring some of these troops to get the most firepower possible. What a shame that these guns were taken out of commission almost immediately. Okay, we've got to watch out on that right side. We're seeing a little bit of contact. It might be worth grabbing some grenadiers and bringing them over there to fill up the gap on the right. Again, we haven't had many issues there yet, or in a long time, I should say, maybe since the beginning of the battle, but that could change. So let's just go ahead, send in the secondary line there to hold position. And just in case, we'll be prepared. Nope, not here yet. Oh, man. That did not take long for these guys to become targets. That tells me that they're going to be sending reinforcements here very quickly. Probably going to be where their next attack comes from. All right, you men, immediately to the right side. Yep, sure enough, look at that. They're already sending some troops forward. Oh, look at that. Look at that. A lot of enemies approaching, man. Gonna send the Don Cossacks right into that trench. They're everywhere. They are everywhere, man. Let's call in an artillery strike right there, or a naval bombardment in any case. I think this is definitely the largest battle I have played in the Born in America mod. It's just massive. And of course, no, this is not America, but this mod ended up being a collection of a bunch of different wars. Not just Born in America, but everything from far eastern Russia to Afghanistan to the United States to South America. It is just chock full of content. Born in the Fire, sorry. It did used to be called Born in the Fire America mod. These are the last forces of the enemy. Throw them in rows, otherwise they will pass through you. All right, let's hope so. Well, let's hope they don't pass through us, but let's hope that we can stop them. And I'm actually going to bring some militia. Anything we can bring for this final defense. Take a look along the line. Just make sure that we've got them held down in most places. Does look like we do. And you know what? I do think in that secondary line over here, we can probably bring these troops forward. But you know what? I'm going to play it safe and leave them there. I don't think 4 men is going to make a difference anyway on either part of the battlefield. Take a look over there. Those are Highlanders. Yes, the Black Watch. They're definitely sending in their best. Oh, we've got some cowards. Some damn cowards. We can't have that. Let's put them right back on the line. And here we go. These guys need to get over here. Let's see where we really need them. So far, that's strong. That's strong. Everything over here is doing just fine. Yeah, it's gonna be the weak point there. Despite it being the highest point on the battlefield, it is our weak spot. Looking up and down the line. Any weak points? Not that I can see. I'm going to put these guys on the secondary line now that we can afford to do so. We could even bring in some additional line infantry, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. Oh my goodness, can we actually get back on the gun? One of these guns may still be active. You've got to be kidding me. We're going to bring an artillery strike directly on top of that Black Watch. Oh man! Maybe we should have waited a little bit because we might need reinforcements. The artillery is just devastating. Yeah, I'm not sure that thing is even really firing. I think they are out of ammo, or at the very least just too damaged to do much. Looks like there's still 3 rounds on this cannon. Yep, we still got 3 rounds, and look at that covering them in naval fire. Black Watch is pretty roughed up at this point. Readjust. Oh, there we go. We've got some more advancing, guys. Got some more advancing. Gonna try to bring in the line infantry right there. Additional line infantry, of course. And you know what? I think I'll readjust these guys. And just set them up right there in the line. Let's go for it. How are we doing along the line besides there? Oh boy, not good. Not good over here. Let's see if the men can hold. So far they're holding, but the enemy are throwing grenades. Hence the grenadiers. Have we held them off? I think we've held them off on the right side there, but look in the middle. Look in the middle. Take a look over here. How are we doing? Got a lot of enemies advancing, but I think we're going to be strong there. The second I get the chance, I am going to bring in the 48 gun volley once again right in the middle. Look at that, man. They're going down quickly. Sevastopol shall not fall. Here we go, guys. Is that the enemy retreating? Look at that, getting shots all the way at that distance. I do see, no, that's just going to be bushes. I thought I saw the enemy. And you know what? We can call in another artillery strike right there, guys, on top of where we spotted the rest of the enemy troops. There's also a few over there in the forest. I'm guessing that's going to be their sharpshooter units. Would get militia, but I think I want to wait for some stronger units. Great to see that cannon still firing, man. And actually, we're going to take this Cossack. It's a shame to waste a Cossack on just loading a cannon, but it will make it fire a little faster. And there we go. Some grenadiers. Bring the grenadiers in over here. Oh, heavy artillery fire. This fellow right here seems to have some shell shock, unfortunately. Oh, man, look at that devastating artillery strike, guys. I'm going to get him over here to help with the cannon. Just do a quick scan through our lines. Things are looking okay. Except over here, of course, we could always use more troops over here just in case they do launch an attack. Before I bring in militia units, I'm just going to see if we have any additional units just kind of hanging out. And we do. We could spare a couple. So we're going to bring them over to this area. Even though I don't see many enemies here, they could always appear. Oh, look at that. More British troops approaching, guys. The battle is not yet over, not by a long shot. And in fact, I think I'm going to send a lot of the troops here. Or can they hold? We have to hope that they can. Oh, yep, nope. We should have set the rest here. Here we go. They're going to break through. They're definitely going to break through. Sending in as many reinforcements as possible. Is it too late? We'll soon discover. Oh! Confusion amongst the line. Looks like we held, guys, and I'm gonna bring a whole unit of grenadiers. They flinched, they run, hooray, we were able to defend our span. Wow, guys, I think we got a victory here. My goodness. If you enjoyed the Battle of Sevastopol, make sure to check out my other videos of these sorts of battles. And thank you so much for stopping by this particular fight. We successfully defended, but man, if that wasn't one of the toughest fights I've ever had. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out our other videos. Thank you again, folks.